Around. Constellation Studios is hosting an amazing exhibition called Metropolis and Invisible Cities. And we have a grand table in the gallery that holds Metropolis, which is a collaboration accordion fold book of 303 artists who have participated by sending their works to Venice, Italy, where it was assembled into this huge collection. And we're one of the venues showing it because there's 3 versions of Metropolis that are circulating around the world. And this version is the first time it's being exhibited in the American Midwest. I actually took part in this exhibition, in this project, because of an open call for artists to participate. So Metropolis includes artists from all around the world, and we were joining in the spirit of generosity and collaboration to address this theme that's pretty evocative to think about cities and places, how things are interconnected. So it's very much open for interpretation, how all these artists have taken this theme and joined together. Also showing is Invisible Cities, which is another collaboration by artists who responded to an open call. I felt that it was important to have another response to Metropolis, but generated from the American side rather than the European side. So I went through my connections, invited artists in a very inclusive invitation with the parameter to respond to Invisible Cities, which is a novel by Italo Calvino, who's writing a fanciful descriptions about all kinds of imaginative cities. So the artists, again, have responded in different media from different places. I have about 220 artists who responded to Invisible Cities, and we will create another accordion fold book that then can circulate around the world in a similar way to Metropolis. In fact, the Italian artist who generated Metropolis has invited us to send Invisible Cities to be exhibited there. So it keeps the circle flowing about this idea of the people thinking about the interconnectedness that creates this metaphorical city or community. Also on exhibit is artists who had responded to the call for Invisible Cities with artist books that they made or works that had already been made that addresses this evocative theme. It's been something that has stimulated artists for quite a while, and to see new works being made and the response that artists have already done, they are such beautiful works and tactile and dimensional and unique. So that's an amazing facet to have in this exhibition. And then I was able to invite my students to take part in this theme by their projects made for my class in Art of the Book. They had to make an Invisible City accordion fold book done with drawings and photo transfers. So we have one whole wall with their works. And then my beginning printmaking students also addressed this theme with their black and white woodcuts. And they collaborated and exchanged different impressions of their prints. So we have another wall of their black and white woodcuts. Invisible Cities numbers around 175 artists, although several sent duplicate work, so the actual numbers of pages is something like 200. And the participants are very inclusive. We have artists that are very professional, experienced, internationally famous, as well as local high school students whose art teacher assigned it as a project. I think there's another group of art students from the university that participated in their production design class, as well as some of my students. So we have a huge inclusive range and open media. so that it could be possible for anybody to take part. Prints, certainly, photographs, digital prints, drawings, works on paper, collage, watercolors, a really wide range of media and responses. The exhibition begins with having all of these contributions for Invisible Cities mounted on the walls as singular pages. So the gallery's full and very dense with all of this work to see. And then we're going to evolve the project and actually assemble the Invisible Cities book towards the end of the exhibition. So they'll become another accordion fold book, and we'll have to decide about sequence and order and how they fit together, and that will be an interesting challenge and something that my students and I will collaborate on.